need to understand.
Danger. Action!
I hunted down the opportunity to play Geralt. There's something unique about the way R.J. Sapkowski wrote The Witcher.
It's a world of magic.
And monsters.
It also has a gentle side.
This was a real opportunity to create from the ground up.
It was so exciting.
It's about 10 days of training for a fight that will be on screen for about 2 minutes.
Some creatures combined visual effects. Parts were built so there could be physical contact.
Different perspectives is very useful for the storyteller.
It's been an exciting journey. And this series has a big world that we will continue to explore.
Welcome back, everyone. Toss a coin to your Witcher. This is going to be my new Witcher Season 2 teaser trailer for Geralt. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. There's a whole bunch of Easter eggs here that I'll go over. And as you probably guessed, they have this big plan for dropping even more footage that I'll explain. Netflix is doing a special Witcher convention. They're just calling it WitcherCon on July 9th. And it's going to be combined with the Witcher video games. So there'll be a bunch of video game stuff going on hand in hand with the Netflix Witcher Season 2 stuff. And based on what they've done the last week, like last Friday, they dropped the Ciri teaser trailer. Now they're dropping a Geralt teaser trailer this past Friday. They'll probably drop a Yennefer one this coming Friday. They'll probably drop the Witcher Season 2 trailer, the bigger trailer, at this big convention, July 9th. I don't know if there are going to be any big video game reveals because CD Projekt Red said it's going to be a long time before they drop a new AAA Witcher game. But the Geralt trailer footage here starts with him inside the Dark Mansion that seems like it, based on the other footage, it's Nivellen's mansion from the Grain of Truth short story from The Last Wish. So even though most of the story of The Witcher Season 2 is taken from Blood of Elves, because they said they're doing Blood of Elves for Season 2, and it's the next book in the timeline of the Witcher book series after Last Wish and Sword of Destiny, which they did for most of Season 1. As you can see, based on some of the casting announcements, they're pulling some of the stuff that they cut from Season 1 and The Last Wish forward to Season 2. So that also goes hand in hand with this other image of the Zoetrope, the lantern here depicting the two lovers on the wall, also inside that same big mansion. And when Geralt or someone else seemingly uses an Ignis sign or magic to light the fire in the fireplace, and you see Geralt's silver sword, which we didn't really see him use that much during Season 1. All those are things that come from Nivellen's story during the books. Nivellen is actually being played by none other than Tormund Giantsbane from Game of Thrones. During Season 3, before they climbed the wall, he boasted about bedding a bear, which Ygritte shut down hardcore. Like, hell no, you didn't sleep with a bear. Then during Game of Thrones Season 8, he told that epic story about the she-bear thinking him one of her cubs and nursing him through a winter. So the even funnier thing here in The Witcher Season 2 is that he's kind of playing a bear of sorts. He is playing a monster, but a human who's turned into a monster. The story of Nivellen, the character that he's playing, is like a really, really dark Witcher-style twist on Beauty and the Beast. Most of you all remember the story because of the Disney versions, where a woman is forced to live with a man that turns into a monster because he's been cursed, something terrible that he did, but slowly she eventually falls in love with him and lifts the curse and they live happily ever after. The story of Nivellen in the Witcher books is way darker, and there's kind of a happy ending, but a really dark happy ending. Like, there are no real super happy fun time endings in The Witcher. It's always some sad spin on a happy ending. But the reason why the short story that it comes from is called A Grain of Truth is because Geralt learns part of Nivellen's story at first and makes his own judgments about the nature of his curse and what's going on, but then later learns the whole story, and it winds up being so much crazier than he expected. When Geralt happens upon his mansion, he finds Nivellen, who tells him about this curse that he has and how he came to accept it because he thinks it's permanent, and he's just lived with it for a long time. Without giving too much away about the story, he did something really, really terrible to a woman a long time ago and feels like he deserves the curse, so he just accepted it. There's a woman living with him who seems like she's either forced to live there, but it's very mysterious. She doesn't talk. Her name is Verena. Geralt starts learning about her, starts questioning her, and things don't add up. So he starts to get really suspicious of her, thinking that she's a monster too. She doesn't eat human food, so eventually Geralt does suspect her of being a Bruxa, which is a type of vampire in the Witcher series that take the form of human women. So eventually he figures out that she's sort of the parasite of this situation, instead of it being the other way around like the Beauty and the Beast story. Thinking that she's just using Nivellen's curse energy to sort of feed around the area of his mansion. She winds up attacking Geralt once he learns her secret, but he slashes her with his silver sword. Like I said, silver sword for special kinds of monsters like vampires. That's why normally you see him using his regular sword, because the silver sword isn't really effective against humans. But eventually she does reveal the truth to Geralt telepathically. Then after Nivellen gets involved in the battle, Geralt still tries to kill her because he thinks that she's the villain of this situation, until he learns that she was in love with Nivellen and he was in love with her, but she's been mortally wounded, so as she lay dying, so that Nivellen won't have to live without her, she tries to mercy kill him, also because he has the curse. She doesn't want him to have to live with the curse without her. And without completely giving away everything else about what's going on with the story, it has this really kind of sad but happy ending at the same time. It's very dark and in the tone of what you would expect from The Witcher. It sort of highlights how they're going way darker with the Season 2 tone, if you didn't feel like The Witcher Season 1 was dark enough. But that's why you say the story is a very dark twist on Beauty and the Beast. This is a scene of Geralt and Ciri walking through the courtyard at Kaer Morhen with them framing the shot through the monster bones, just to illustrate what it is that they do here at the School of the Wolf. We teach people how to kill monsters. Ciri is eventually trained as a Witcher, so she kind of becomes a Witcher and acts like a Witcher, but she doesn't undergo the trial of the grasses or the Witcher mutations, so technically she is not a Witcher. She might wind up getting her sword at the end of Season 2, maybe Season 3. It depends on how fast they're going to speedrun the plot. She really doesn't get it till much later in the story, like it doesn't happen right away when she just starts out training. But her sword is called Ziriel because that's her name in the Elder Speech. It translates to swallow, so that's why her emblem on the series, like when you see them do the emblems on the beginning of the intros, is a swallow. So basically the sword is named after her, but nobody that she knows, none of her friends here or Geralt or Yennefer call her Ziriel. They all call her Ciri. Speaking of which, this is someone getting out of the bath at the keep. Everyone post your Geralt tub memes. This is probably Ciri though, just guessing by the dainty looking foot. They did say that there would be more gratuitous Geralt tub scenes during Season 2. This is Geralt just sharpening a regular sword, looking like he's getting ready to train or getting ready for a fight. These are actually a very special kind of purple flower that only grow where elder blood has been spilled. So you can assume what's happening here in the courtyard. This is probably Ciri training in the practice yard and just gets cut bad enough to spill some blood on the ground, revealing her true nature as someone of the elder blood. Although Geralt doesn't really keep any big secrets from Vesemir about Ciri or the other Witchers like Cohen, Lambert, and Eskel, because during this part of the story, they're all at the keep with Geralt and help train Ciri in different ways, along with Uncle Vesemir. Triss is also there. This seems like her hand reaching out to grab someone. She's mostly there to provide some magical guidance. Because Ciri is a source, she has great affinity for magical power. Like, she could become a more powerful mage than the other regular mages on the TV show and in the books. Ciri has all kinds of crazy powers that they'll probably unlock and reveal through future seasons of the show. Like, she can teleport, she can even travel through time. Although none of the time travel stuff happens till a little bit later in the story, so I'm not expecting any crazy time travel anytime soon. That doesn't even get into her battle with the White Frost and what's happening with the Wild Hunt. I'll talk about them in a second too. This is someone just holding a Witcher medallion. You see a bunch of them hanging up behind Geralt at the keep in the light here. These all belong to dead Witchers though, from the School of the Wolf, so it's kind of like a memorial. In another sad reminder about how their order is dying out slowly because they can't make any new Witchers because they lost the ability to create new Witchers. This is them just preparing a meal at the keep. This seems like it might be our first look at Vesemir in the background here. He's being played by Kim Bodnia from Killing Eve. I would have loved to see Mark Hamill as Vesemir. There was so much fan art of that, and it sounds like it almost happened, but for scheduling issues or whatever wound up not working out. There was also a bit of a virus situation last year, which made everybody shut down filming several times, and The Witcher was no exception. They had to shut down filming a couple times. This is Geralt and Ciri just preparing for another fight. This painting on the wall here actually looks like it's meant to depict the conjunction of the spheres, with the planets coming into proximity with each other, depicting the crossing, where people and monsters are able to more easily travel between worlds of the multiverse. There are special unicorns in the world of The Witcher that are like extra-dimensional beings that can freely travel the multiverse anytime that they want. They become a big part of the Wild Hunt storyline later on once you learn about the origin of the Wild Hunt and the origin of Ciri's elder blood and the race that created it. Eredin, the leader of the Wild Hunt, comes from that race of elves that created the Elder Blood, and it does seem like they filmed scenes with the Wild Hunt for Witcher Season 2. You see them riding on the beach here, so they do make a brief appearance, I believe, during Blood of Elves when people are mentioning them, but they don't actually become real big characters in the story till much later on, so we probably won't see a ton of them during Season 2. I'm not really sure what this skull is supposed to be, but like I said, there's a whole bunch of other footage we're probably going to get this Friday with Yennefer's version of this teaser. Like you see someone with hands in shackles here. This is Yennefer probably being captured by the Nilfgaardians, being forced to serve in the court of Emperor Mir. I don't know if they cast an actor to play him yet. We might not actually see him on screen till season 3 or future season. Once he shows up, there'll be all kinds of stuff that we'll need to talk about, but I don't want to get too far ahead of the story. If you spotted any other Easter eggs during this teaser trailer that I didn't talk about during the video though, just write them below in the comments, and I will do a new teaser trailer video when they release the Yennefer teaser this Friday, presumably. Big reminder that a really big trailer will probably be coming on July 9th. My full Loki episode 3 video is going to post next week just like normal, and Rick and Morty season 5 is starting, so my Rick and Morty season 5 episode 1 video will post Monday morning. While you wait for everything, click here for my other Witcher season 2 teaser trailer video with that other different footage, and click here for my full Loki episode 2 video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone stay safe, and toss a coin to your Witcher.